Welcome back. This is lecture number 22, and in today's lecture I am going to see the transition from terminal to homogeneous higher order sliding mode. So till now what we have seen that I have defined what is meaning of first order sliding mode control, what is meaning of higher order sliding mode control, and I have defined different methodology to design first order sliding mode control as well as some class of higher order sliding mode control. So first I have started with some kind of first order sliding mode control where you have observed that whatever sliding surface I have selected, that is linear combination of all states, and after that using discontinuous control we will converge to manifold, and after that we are maintain along the manifold. Another methodology I have discussed, that is known as basically integral sliding mode control. And in the integral sliding mode control, what we have seen that we are starting from the manifold and remains there up to the convergence to the equilibrium point. So we have insensitivity with respect to mesh disturbance in throughout the state space. After that, we have also defined the continuous higher order sliding mode control. And what we have observed that using continuous control also it is possible to maintain insensitivity throughout the state space. And in class of higher order sliding mode control, we have discussed two very famous algorithms, that is called twisting algorithm and super twisting algorithm. And what we have observed that super twisting algorithm is applicable only for relative degree 1 system if we are willing to maintain equilibrium point as a finite time stable. But in order to, if we are little bit flexible, if we are willing to converge to the equilibrium point asymptotic also, then it is possible to extend the super twisting control for any order system by designing again first order sliding mode control. For twisting algorithm, what we have observed that if we have second order system, then again designing two gains and two switch, we are able to converge to the equilibrium point in finite time. And we have also seen one methodology where suppose if I have first order system and if I extend the relative degree, then also I can apply the terminal sliding mode control. So this is the story we have learned so far. In today's lecture, basically now I am going to discuss the some flexibility during the selection of sliding manifold. So let us try to see the point. What I am telling, suppose I have some second order system, so my trajectory is going to evolve in this phase plane, and we are basically constructing manifold two-dimensional, that is of one-dimensional manifold in this two-dimensional space, and this is linear, that is S C1 x1 plus x2, or you can define C1 x1 plus C2 x2. And by proper choice of C1 and C2, it is possible to show that in finite time I will converge to the sliding surface, and using discontinuous control I can maintain. And we have seen that kind of discontinuous control U is nothing but K signum S, and K we have to select that is greater than the value of the disturbance, and using this way, what is our end result, that x1 and x2 both are converging towards 0 as t tending towards infinity. So for second order system, if I design this linear manifold, and that is defined as s equal to c1 x1 plus x2, then it is possible to show that in presence of disturbance I can achieve asymptotic stability. Now another question basically raised by the control community or sliding mode control community, why only one can strict towards this linear manifold, why not non-linear manifold? And so now flexibility is that this manifold is passed through the origin x1 and x2. So is it possible to select some other kind of manifold such that I can improve the rate of convergence? From here to here you can see that I converge to the sliding surface in finite time. Now only I have to design manifold in such a way such that I can improve my rate of convergence, and it is possible to show that using or generalizing this linear by some kind of non-linear manifold. So this is called non-linear manifold. It is possible to show that from here to here we can achieve finite time, as well as trajectory can converge from this point to equilibrium point again in finite time. And due to the convergence in finite time, this is known as a terminal attractor. Terminal attractor means trajectory, all trajectory is going to converge to the equilibrium point in finite time, and due to that reason some new name comes into picture, that is called terminal sliding mode control. And later we are going to see that there exists some connection between terminal sliding mode control and homogeneous higher order sliding mode control. So first I will discuss the terminal sliding mode control, and after that I will tell you the connection of terminal sliding mode control to higher order sliding mode. So let us start the today's lecture. So I have already told you that I have to do transition from linear to non-linear manifold, and we know why we are doing so, because if we are strict to linear hyperplane, then what happens that this linear manifold guaranteed the asymptotic stability, and I have already told you that what is meaning of asymptotic stability, that after infinite large time I am going to converge to this equilibrium point. For second order system, this is x1 x2 equal to 0. So guaranteed the asymptotic stability of the equilibrium point in the sliding mode. So I have two phase basically. This phase is called reaching phase, and reaching phase is finite time stable. It means that in finite time we are going to converge to this manifold, and this is linear manifold, and this is called sliding phase. So in simple design, sliding phase is basically asymptotic stable. So this is sliding. Now what happens that due to this particular property, system state will reach to the equilibrium point in infinite time, very large time. Now I am going to change my strategy and trying to introduce the non-linearity into the switching manifold to improve, and idea is to improve the convergence towards the equilibrium point. So instead of linear, now we are prefer to choose the non-linear one, and we are hoping that by selection of some nonlinear manifold, my rate of convergence, so from here to here we have already finite time, so we also hope that from here to here, suppose this is point A to B, B is the equilibrium point, this is also finite time. So, and later if from here to here this is finite time and this is also finite time, so total convergence from any arbitrary point to this equilibrium point is finite time. So I can give guarantee in the presence of disturbance that trajectory is going to converge to the equilibrium point in finite time. Same like higher order sliding mode control. If you remember the definition, then we are telling that sigma is the output and we are going to express the system in form of relative degree. So we are going to take the successive derivative of output. I am assuming I have single input single output system, and after that what we are telling, if at rth derivative, if control is going to explicitly appear, this is simplest form, then by designing control U, I am going to maintain sigma, sigma dot, sigma double dot up to sigma r equal to 0, but sigma power r, sigma r minus 1 equal to 0 and sigma r is discontinuous. So similar kind of behavior we are going to enforce just by changing the manifold in this place. So everything remains the same. Here to here again I am talking about first order sliding mode control. So we are going to use just this kind of algorithm, minus k signum s plus dt, and just I am going to change my methodology here s, so such that I can improve my rate of convergence. So somehow you can also identify terminal sliding mode is the class of higher order sliding mode control, or in another way, first actually terminal sliding mode comes into picture and after that higher order sliding mode control comes into picture. Due to that reason you can also identify higher order sliding mode control is some class of terminal sliding mode control, or vice versa you can tell. Now the what is idea, as we are closer to the equilibrium point, faster the convergence rate resulting the finite time convergence. What happens, what we have observed that if we have just one dimensional quantity that is s, and if I design algorithm s dot equal to minus k signum x plus dt, and if k is greater than dt, and I have already told you that if s is greater than 0 then s dot less than 0. And here one more important observation is s dot, suppose if you remove dt for a moment, then it is possible to show that s dot is constant rate, and you have constant distance from a to b and you are moving with constant rate, so you have finite time convergence. Another way, so this is one of the way, suppose if you have to converge from point 1 to b, then you try to fix your rate of convergence, that is some constant. So quantity, I have some quantity, and if their rate of convergence or their rate is some constant, then it is possible to show that one can converge to the equilibrium point in finite time. Another way, suppose rate of change is not constant, but you have to select rate of change in such a way such that as you move closer to the equilibrium point, your rate of convergence is going to increase, and that is basic idea of designing the sliding manifold. One more point I am going to highlight here, that why it might possible that you have some kind of, sometimes students are thinking like this after hearing the terminal sliding mode control, why I not design x2 something like x2 equal to minus k signum x1. And here you can see that if you design x2 equal to minus k signum x1, it means that if you select sliding surface S, that is the linear combination of x2 plus k signum x1. So this is my sliding surface, and I can think like this, that in finite time I will converge here, and once I have finite time convergence, at that time x2 equal to minus k signum x, so reduced order dynamics is x1 dot equal to minus k signum x1, like this. But here I have one difficulty. What kind of difficulty? You try to see here that this particular quantity is not differentiable at x1 equal to 0, that is discontinuous. And since this is discontinuous, so I do not know what is s dot at this particular point x1. Okay, suppose I will remove x1. So I do not worry about x1, but still I have one more difficulty, that you try to see that x1 is 0 here, but x2 is not exactly 0. That may be anything between minus k to k, because that is the definition of the signum function, and due to that reason one cannot select this methodology. So now I have to select something which will give guarantee that as x1 tending towards 0 or x1 equal to 0, then x2 also exactly equal to 0. So but one can remove one point, or and it might possible that one point I cannot talk about differentiability, that is okay, but throughout the state space that is differentiable, but I can compromise if that is not differentiable at some definite manifold or some particular point. And if you remember this kind of construction, x dot equal to minus k x1 power half signum x1, during the super twisting I have talked about this, and at that time now you can see that this particular system, without any uncertainty, I can claim that x1 equal to 0 for all t greater than equal to t0. We have already seen this, and here it is possible to show that this if you plot this, then their plot between x1 and signum x1 power half, we have already plotted this particular manifold is again looks not negative sign is there, so basically I have something like this, not like this. So I have this, so again this is non-linear kind of things, and it is possible to show, I will show in the later part of this lecture, that this particular algorithm will satisfy this kind of property, that as we move closer to the equilibrium point, the faster the rate of convergence and resulting the finite time convergence. So I do not have constant rate here. You can see that x1 power half, that is not constant, again that is depending on x1, but due to this property it is possible to show that I will achieve the finite time convergence. And this class of algorithm is called terminal sliding mode control. The equilibrium point is terminal attractor. What does it mean? The states can reach infinite time and also stable, and the term terminal is referred to the equilibrium point which reach infinite time, and due to that reason we have point, or we have given, actually this name is given by one research group from the Australia, Professor Jing Yu and their colleague, that terminal sliding mode. If you see the story of terminal sliding mode control, so basically this is developed by one Indian who is working in USA, and he has done patent, and due to that reason from large time it is not available in the open literature. and after that Professor Jingyu and their group has found this patent, and after that based on that they have developed the terminal sliding mode. So let us start the overview how one can design the non-linear manifold. So just now I have to play with manifold. Reaching phase is okay. I am going to select reaching phase just by the first order sliding mode. It means that I am going to select like this, where S belongs to R if I have single input system. Single input, single output system I am assuming here again. Now suppose I have nonlinear system, and here I am assuming that x1 as the output, and here this is linear or non-linear, that doesn't matter. For in order to understand the terminal sliding mode control, what I am going to assume, initially I am going to assume that this non-linear part or linear, if this is linear, that depending on x1 and x2, then I can think this as a linear. Then at that time what I am assuming that here this fx1 and bx1 x2, that is perfectly known to me, and after that I am going to define now sliding manifold like S equal to x2 plus beta x1 q by p, and here you can see that we are assuming q and p both are positive odd integer, and p greater than q. It means that p by q, since q is greater than p, so p by q is some kind of fraction, and here fraction that is going to lie between, since q is greater than p, due to that reason that is going to lie between 0 to 1. Another, this is a story about q by p. Another thing, you can see that I am going to select p by q both as a odd integer, not as a even integer. And what is reason behind this? That I have to maintain the sign of x1. So if you select x1 this as a some kind of positive number, it is possible to show that what happens, that this is not going to take care of the sign of x1, because if I am going to talk about this particular quantity, once after convergence, you can see that I have x1 dot equal to minus beta x1 power q by p. So again, if you try to apply the Newton's law, then you try to see here that if x1 greater than 0, then I have to make sure x dot less than 0. Similarly, if x1 less than 0, at that time I have to make sure that x dot that greater than 0, then only I can able to claim that trajectory is moving towards x1 equal to 0. And since I have constructed manifold, nonlinear manifold, and this is already achieved, s equal to 0 is already achieved. So if we achieve x1 in finite time, then I can also claim that x2 also 0 in finite time, because s equal to 0. So in order to maintain this x1 greater than 0, x1 dot less than 0, x1 less than 0, and x1 dot greater than 0, I have to select p by q both as a odd integer. I again prove this by using Lyapunov way also. Now here you can see that I have to first, if I achieve this s equal to 0, then only I can tell that x1 converges to the equilibrium point in finite time. So I have to force this trajectory to the equilibrium, to the not equilibrium, to this manifold, nonlinear manifold in finite time. And due to that reason, what I am going to do, that since S belongs to R, So as x greater than 0, at that time I am going to apply u plus, and s dot less than 0 u minus u. We have already seen this by flip-flop solution, that if you maintain this kind of things, then I can able to achieve finite time convergence towards this manifold. And once I get the finite time convergence, then obviously I have x2 equal to minus b x1 power p by q. One more thing I am going to highlight here, because initially I was talking about this particular part of algorithm. Here I have selected x1 power half signum x1 like this. You can see here that here p by q, if you see identify p is 1 and q is 2. So here that is even integer, and once even integer, so in order to maintain sign, what we have done, we have used absolute value, and after that we have used signum x1. So I can generalize this algorithm like this, so that will, so nothing is going to harm here. So p by q, now you can see that we have flexibility. I can select p by q as a even integer, odd integer, that doesn't matter. Just I have to maintain p by q between 0 to 1. So that is further generalization. So either you can define sliding manifold, nonlinear sliding manifold like this or this, but in this definition you have to make sure that p and q both are odd integer. But if you become little more flexible, then at that time you have to redefine it, and definition is x1 power mod x1 power half p by q signum x1. And I will show you that in later part of the development of the terminal sliding mode, or whatever development that is done by the Levin, he has used this kind of modification. Here one more important point I am going to highlight, that is necessary to understand the rate of convergence. If I assume z equal to minus k x1 power half signum x1, you see here that z dot is nothing but k x1 power minus half, and here 2 will come into picture, and differentiation of mod x1 is signum x1, so signum x1 square, that is equal to unity, and after that I have x1 dot. We are assuming that I do not worry about x1 equal to 0. So this kind of differential is valid for x1 not equal to 0. Now here if you substitute x1 dot from here, it is possible to show that this is k2 and x1 power half and x1 power half, that is going to cancel out, and again I have signum x1. And from here one more important observation we have. What is observation? You try to see that if you see the sign here, that here basically x1 dot, if you put, then this become positive. Now you try to see here whatever definition here, if x1 is positive, then what happens, that I have z that is negative. If x1 is negative, then z is positive. So I can replace, because I can replace this perfectly, because by signum z, why, this particular block is just going to tell us the sign. They do not worry about the magnitude. Due to that reason I can able to replace this by minus, because when x1 is positive, at that time z is negative. So mathematically I can write signum z1 x1 is exactly equivalent to minus signum z1. So now if you see the structure, so now I have a structure like z dot equal to minus k by 2 signum z. And from the Newton's law again, you can see that if I have this kind of a structure, then rate of change again become constant in the another coordinate frame, and due to that reason I can able to talk about the finite time convergence. So z is finite time convergent, and due to that reason x1 is also finite time convergence. So this is one of the proof that why if I select some quantity that is half, then this is finite time convergence. If you replace by 1 by 3, then it is possible to show that if you take higher derivative somewhere by adjusting, again this kind of structure comes into picture, and again in transform coordinate frame, that is finite time stable. Okay, so in this way I can able to generalize this. Now let us try to see that suppose I have selected u such that I have u plus or u minus and I can achieve the finite time convergence. So this part I do not worry about this part. So I am going to worry about the next part now. So I have during the sliding phase, now I have to generalize. So I am plotting any nonlinear, and here just we have two dimension. So what I am going to do, I am going to show that if trajectory hit here, so convergence time from here to here, this duration, that is finite. So in order to do that, first I have to substitute s equal to 0. So if you substitute s equal to 0, and if you take care about this x1 dot equal to x2, then you will get this kind of dynamics during the sliding. Again we have reduced order dynamics, means this dynamics apart from algebraic equation s equal to 0, because we have defined x2 plus beta x1 power. Either I have told you that either you can define like this, q by p signum x1. So at that moment there is no restriction on p by q, but we have to always make sure that q by p lie between 0 to 1. Or you can define x2 plus beta x1 q by p. Here I have restriction, q and p both should be odd integer. So in reduced order I have this kind of dynamics, and again now I have first order differential equation, so it is possible to solve, and we have already seen this kind of solution, and due to that reason I am not going to perform calculation again. Now just you can adjust this dt, and we know that initially I have started somewhere from this manifold. So here I have x1 0, some quantity, some finite quantity x1 0, and after that I finally am claiming that in finite time I am going to converge, and due to that reason what we are telling that this time is t1 I have defined. So I have to show that that is finite, and it is possible to show by simple definite integral that this kind of value comes into picture. And here x1 0, because trajectory, whenever trajectory hit anywhere, then what happens that x1 0 is finite, and since this quantity is finite and p and q I have selected that is finite value, beta is again that is finite, due to that reason it is possible to show that or calculate that the time of convergence from here to here, that is finite, and this further confirm that we have finite time stability during the sliding motion. Now from the two equation I have already told you that since here x1 that is equal to 0 for all t greater than equal to t1, I have calculated t1 in previous slide, and since s equal to 0 and s is nothing but x1 power p by q, q by p, so I will write in the original coordinate frame only, that is x2 plus x1 q by p equal to 0, and beta is here. So you can see now that x1 tending towards 0 in finite time. So x2 also at the same time x2 equal to 0, and due to that reason what we have seen that x1 and x2 both equal to 0 in finite time. So now if you see the closed loop dynamics, then I have x1 dot equal to x2, x2 dot equal to f x1 and x2, and b x1 x2 into u. So and what kind of u I am going to maintain? U plus u minus, and s greater than 0 then this, s less than 0 then u minus. So you can see that again that will satisfy same kind of definition of the second order sliding mode control. What is the definition? If you assume sigma equal to x1 as a output, then x1 dot x1 and x1 dot both equal to 0, and after that sigma double dot means x2 dot is discontinuous. So you can also interpret this as a higher order sliding mode control. So this work is basically reflected in 1997, and that is known as a terminal sliding mode control. So if you are interested, then please go through this paper. So this work is done by these two people. Now let us try to see that same kind of things I can also interpret using Lyapunov way. So, and this analysis is during sliding only. So during sliding. So I do not do analysis in whole state space. Just I am going to worry when we have convergence. So after convergence, I have just first order dynamics x1 dot equal to minus beta x1 q by p, and I have defined Lyapunov function, and if you see v dot, then I have this, and after that what I have done, I have expressed everything x1 in terms of v, so I have this kind of dynamics. So you can see that further that if p plus q, v is negative because I have to make sure that v has definite sign. So negative definite only if p plus q is even. So if this is even, then I can able to generalize that this is v dot is negative definite and finite time stable provided this and due to that reason. So in this way you are further able to conclude that p and q is the odd integer, and here I have p greater than q. So three observation. One observation, geometrically you can see that geometrically I have to maintain x1 and x1 dot. If this is positive, then this is negative, x1 less than 0 and x1 dot greater than 0. So in order to do that, I have to maintain p and q that is odd, and their summation or summation of two odd number is even, so that is okay. Due to that reason I can tell that okay, v dot is less than 0, and after that this is finite time stable only because I know the relation v dot less than equal to some quantity gamma and v power alpha lie between 0 to 1, then only that is finite time stable. So we know this result, and due to that reason we have put this kind of restriction, p and q is positive, so lower bound is 0, so I just worry about the upper bound. Now if you substitute p q equal to unity, then you can see that now my manifold, that is x2 plus beta x1 power q by p, and p and q is unity, then this manifold is exactly equal to the classical manifold x1 beta x1, and in this way I can tell that this particular quantity generalization of this quantity. So this, from this I get the linear manifold also if you select p equal to q, and due to that reason we are telling that p by q should not equal to 1. So this kind of, from here also we are able to understand that why I am not going to select p by q equal to identity means 1. So what is another interpretation? It means that due to this term only I have higher rate of convergence or finite time convergence. Another way that what you can do, you try to see the linearization about the equilibrium point. So during the convergence, here in this vicinity, what I am going to do, I am going to calculate the Jacobian around dx1 equal to 0, and if you do this, because I know x1 dot equal to beta x1 power q by p, and if you calculate Jacobian of this, then I have to calculate dou f x I am assuming this as a fx by dou x. Since this is just function of x1, so I have this particular number. Now you can see that as x1 tending towards 0, because I know from this expression that if q by p, that is some kind of odd integer, then x1 is going to converge. So that is already confirmed to me. So as we move closer to the equilibrium point, so you can see that rate, this is somehow Jacobian around this is also telling some kind of rate of convergence, so that become very high. So what is interpretation? That for a scalar x1, j is the eigenvalue of the first order approximation, because whenever you are doing some kind of approximation, at that time if x1 is lying in some constant region, so you can interpret like eigenvalue also. So in close of x1 tending towards 0, you can see that eigenvalue of j is tending towards -infinity. So due to that reason, rate of convergence is very fast or infinitely fast. And since trajectory converging in the neighborhood of x1 with infinitely fast speed, due to that reason we have finite time convergence. So that kind of interpretation is also available in literature. So that is some kind of visualization, geometrical visualization of the same concept. It is possible to show that one can extend this algorithm for any order system. So till now I have just discussed second order system, but it might possibly have third order system, fourth order system. So further development, Xingyu and their group has shown that it is possible to extend this terminal sliding mode control to any order system, if that system in the chain of integrator form. And we have already seen that if I have system like x dot equal to fx plus gx into u, so using the idea of feedback linearization or using the idea of the relative degree, suppose sigma equal to hx, then again we are expressing system in the chain of integrator form. So somehow if you have no linear system, then by using feedback linearization, what you can do, or by concept of relative degree, you can take output and their higher derivative, you can express your system like this. I am assuming that system has perfect relative degree. It means that if system nth order system, then if you differentiate your output n time, then only control will appear. So I am assuming that relative degree of system, that is n. So if I have nth relative degree, so power n, that control is going to appear, and I am assuming that I have some term here, after that I have some term here, and after that I have control. Now again it is possible to show that, suppose if this is known, this is known, for simplicity I am assuming, further I will assume that these two are unknown, then I can express system like this, and due to that reason he has taken this particular system. Now what is the structure of the terminal sliding mode control for higher order system? Means system with which order is greater than equal to 3, that you have to express like this. So idea is you can select x0 equal to x1, and after that you can club here. So x0, you can see that from here, that is actually not greater than 2, this is greater than 3, greater than 2 also, you can see. From here, suppose if I select x0 equal to x1, then this reduced to x1 equal to x2 plus beta x1 power q1 by p1. And if I have second order system, then this is my sliding surface. We have just seen this kind of things. Now how to extend this? You can see that I need second surface x2, that is cascaded means first I will calculate x1 based on the information of x1, means output. Suppose here output x0 is x1, so I will first construct x1, and whatever value of x1 I am going to put that x1 derivative of x1 here, and after that value here. So in that hierarchical way I am able to construct the sliding manifold or higher dimensional manifold. And here you can see that I will construct manifold till now when control will explicitly appear, and once control is explicitly appear, then means I have to make sure, because here you can see that if second order system, then I have to make sure that after taking derivative of this manifold control is appear. So I have constructed just one manifold because x1 dot equal to x2 dot. Similarly, if I have nth order system, then I have constructed n minus 1 manifold. And now what is idea? Using the first order sliding mode control, first I will converge to this manifold infinite time. So once you converge to this manifold, then Sn minus 2 that equal to 0, this equal to 0. So I will come here again. If you maintain finite time convergence, and finite time convergence is maintained due to this structure, because we know that if I have this kind of structure, if same variable here and their derivative is here, that is finite time stable. So it means that I have n minus 1, if order is n minus 1 cascaded or hierarchical terminal sliding mode control, and in first instant finite time achieved to this manifold. After that second one Sn minus 2, Sn minus 3, S2, and finally at S1 means x1 equal to 0. And once x1 equal to 0, then all will at the same time equal to 0. Why? Because you can see that all is already 0. So their higher derivative, their combination is already 0. So once x1 is 0, then all quantity x2, x3, x4 all equal to 0 at the same time. So in this way he has constructed the hierarchical manifold. Now observation is that means whatever observation we have seen. So this is the one way of construction of manifold, but we have certain restriction. Restriction is like this. Try to understand again. For the second order system, x2 plus beta x1, and here I have q by p, and or I have told you that either you can construct like this. So most of time I am prefer this, because there is no restriction on p by q, just I have to maintain p by q that lie between 0 to 1. It is possible to show that if I have this kind of manifold, and if we are away from the equilibrium point, so if you are away from the equilibrium point, then their value, suppose p by q is 2, 1 by 2 you can select, then their value is scaled out, and due to that reason convergence rate is very slow. It means that suppose by using some kind of discontinuous control, if I arrive here, and if this point A and B, if their distance is very large, then I have to wait for larger time, because rate of convergence is decided by this quantity q by p, and due to that reason, and by calculation of x1 q by p, my rate of convergence, because x1 dot equal to minus beta x1 power q by p. So you can see that x1 dot, x1 is quantity and their rate of change. So if q by p and q by p is fraction, that is lie between 0 to 1, then rate of convergence is slow. So what is further modification in terminal sliding mode control? They have told that you can add one more quantity alpha into x1, and in this way idea is that if you are far from the equilibrium point, then you can see that this value is proportional, and due to that reason I have higher rate of convergence. And as we come near to the equilibrium point, suppose that if x1 lie between 0 to 1, at that time here q by p, so you know that if I have some quantity like 0.9, so 0.9, and now you can calculate the 0.09 you can take, and you can see that their power is 0.3. So this quantity is higher. So this quantity alpha into x1, so alpha and beta you can select. So multiplication of 0.09. So this quantity is now going to dominate, means second quantity is going to dominate. And again I have similar behavior like the terminal sliding mode control. So this term alpha into x1 has introduced or comes into picture in order just order to speed up the rate of convergence. Here further, if you see the literature, then people has actually further modified this term alpha by x1 and x1 power some quantity. You can interpret that quantity as a delta, and they have tell that delta should be some kind of odd number, any odd number. And if you select delta some proper odd number, then it is possible to show that that is nothing but I achieve fixed time convergence. Fixed time convergence means my convergence time is upper bounded by some number. Here convergence time is depending on the initial condition, infinite time convergence. But if you substitute x1 power, suppose if I design manifold x1 dot plus alpha x1 power cube, and after that beta x1 power 1 by 3. Suppose I have constructed manifold like this, in this way. It is possible to show that using this particular manifold S, if you are here or either you are here, then still convergence time is almost same, because due to this quantity, if you are far, then your rate of convergence is very high. And this is the idea of fixed time convergence. So somehow you can see that during terminal sliding mode, and fixed time convergence actually defined in 2012, but this kind of concept is already mature inside the literature. So you can also able to understand that basically that kind of things is already developed somewhere, and that is just extended based on some observation by other researcher from the France. Now same kind of things I have written. Now I have to show that if I will redefine the sliding surface in this way, then I can achieve the again finite time convergence. So, and idea physical interpretation, I have already told you that if you are far from the equilibrium point, then this dynamics comes into picture. This value is higher, and once we are in the close vicinity of the equilibrium point, then approximate dynamics is like this, that is same like terminal attractor. So as we move closer, then this term, this dynamics x1 dot minus beta x1 power q by p, that is dominated, and due to their domination only what happens, that I will achieve the finite time convergence. So this dynamics x1 dot minus alpha x1 is not finite time convergence, that is asymptotic, but that is dominate during this phase. But once I come in the vicinity of equilibrium point, so their value is lesser, but this value comes into picture, and due to that reason I can achieve, and I am able to maintain two things simultaneously: finite time stability as well as higher rate of convergence. And due to that reason, first term is actually incorporated with terminal sliding mode control, and that is called fast terminal sliding mode control. And you can again able to calculate the time of convergence. Suppose your initial time is x10, so again you can just solve this definite integral, and it is possible to show that again this particular time is finite. So this you can check this solution. This is very easy to solve. Due to that reason, now I am going to tell you the next story. So now what kind of modification you have to do if you are going to define the hierarchical or somehow the fast terminal sliding mode control for higher order system. Just you can incorporate this extra term alpha 0 x1 alpha 1 x1 alpha n minus 2 x n minus 2 in the hierarchical terminal sliding mode control. And again I have similar kind of situation. First this will reach infinite time, after that xn minus 2 equal to 0, x2 is 0, and finally x1 equal to 0. And I have to maintain all numbers as a positive number, and after that every time I have to make sure that pi by qi, that is if qi and pi, if I am writing, so this quantity qi should be greater than pi, so I have to maintain, and I have to maintain this between 0 to 1, otherwise I lose the finite time convergence. So this kind of things I have to always take care. And observation is, I have already told you that first this manifold will reach, and hierarchically I can able to achieve x1 equal to 0. And since I have fast convergence due to this term, due to that reason whatever convergence speed, if you remove this term and if you incorporate this term, then it is possible to show that in hierarchical fast terminal sliding mode we have quicker rate of convergence. Now you can also able to calculate the time of convergence, so that is idea is pretty easy. You can see that finally if you hit the ti manifold, and for ti manifold you have already calculated the time of convergence. From here you can see that any time if my dynamics is like this, x1 dot equal to minus alpha x1 minus beta x1 power q by p, I know the time of convergence is like this. And similar kind of modification I have done. So here first they will hit this. So what I am telling, you can calculate the time of convergence of any, and after that if you are at nth place, means suppose you have to calculate the total time. So tn I have to calculate, and after that every time tn means first I have to understood the time of convergence from here to here, that is finite time, and after that you have to in cascaded way you have to add all time of convergence, then I can able to calculate the total time of convergence from the starting point onward. Now try to see till now what we have done. We have just discussed, most of time our discussion is limited to this particular point. We are telling that if I am here, if any infinite time, if I am able to converge to this nonlinear manifold, then this time is always finite. And we have to see that if I define sliding manifold like x2 beta x1, and for more generalized way I have already told you that I can write like this, then some problem come into picture or not, because we know that in first order sliding mode control whenever we are defining s, at that time we are calculating the s dot, and s dot means x2 dot, and at x2 dot my control is going to appear, that is u, and after that I have to calculate the derivative of this whole quantity with respect to time. And after that if I have, suppose if every quantity is known, then that doesn't matter for me, but I have to make sure that whatever gain I am going to select k, that k should be greater than unknown quantity, then I can achieve s equal to 0. So try to see that is some difficulty comes into picture if we are going to take the derivative, because in order to converge to this point s equal to 0, I have to manipulate the rate of change. So if I calculate the rate of change, then some difficulty comes into picture or not, I have to make sure about this. And here you can see that I have defined again sliding surface x equal to x2 plus beta x1 power q by p, and after that I have taken s dot, and x dot is we have seen that is bx into u, and after that here you can see that this quantity b0 I am telling b0, and suppose if you are talking about fast terminal sliding mode, then alpha x1 0 also comes into picture. Now you can see here that in this particular way that now here this is not x1, is there, alpha x1 and alpha 1 is positive. Now you have to calculate alpha 1. So alpha 1 x1 dot equal to x2, and after that I have to do the derivative of this. So that is q by p x1 power q by p minus 1. And idea is that now I have to equate everything equal to minus k signum x. So if you equate this as a minus k signum x, then in this way I can calculate u. And you can see that calculation b inverse is there, because bx into u, so b inverse is here, minus ax is here, alpha x2 is here, and after that b0 q by p is here, x1 power half. In this way, if I will do, then what happens, that finally I will get x dot equal to minus k signum x. In this way I can get this particular quantity. But here you can see that here, since p is greater than q, so if p is greater than q, so q by p I am talking, so due to that reason I am telling that p is greater than q. So if p is greater than q, then q minus p is some kind of negative number. So what happens, that if you are on this particular axis, in this axis x1 equal to 0, but x2 is non-zero. So once x1 is 0, suppose that if I will take half, this q by p equal to 1 by third or 1 by half, whatever, if mod x I will put, then I can take 1 by half, otherwise you can think about 3 by 5 something, then this is negative. So what happens, if you are tried any time, if you hit this axis, then at that time value of this quantity is very large, or if even if you are in this vicinity, then value of this control is very high. And due to that reason, what people start telling, that control becomes singular on this axis. So I have to make sure that whenever I will design the sliding surface, and if somewhere my initial condition, then that will not cross this axis. If that will not cross this axis, then things are very well. But you can see that that is not possible. It might possible if I have initial condition like so, sometime they will cross this axis. And due to that reason, people start claiming that this terminal sliding mode control is very elegant concept, but practically that is not implementable, because this control is very huge once x1 equal to 0. And due to that reason, now one further modification is suggested by the same researcher, Professor Jing Yu, and their group, that he was telling that now what you can do, instead of putting power on x1, you can put power on x2. So now I have beta x1 plus x2, and initially we are putting q by p. So he was telling that maintain p by q, again odd integer, but now you can do like this. And in this way, what happens, it is possible to show that one can avoid this kind of singularity. So let us try to see that. And again, our idea, whatever idea of the terminal sliding mode control, converge here in finite time, and after that converge to the equilibrium point again in finite time, that will maintain. So if I select manifold like this, so try to see that again, in order to make sure that trajectory will converge to this manifold in finite time, I have to calculate the derivative of s. So I have selected this manifold s equal to, now I have selected beta into x1 plus I have selected x2 power p by q, like this I have selected. So if you calculate the derivative of x dot, then beta x1 dot and p by q, x2 power p by q minus 1 and x2 dot, and in place of x2 dot I am going to substitute this. And now you can see that if I select u like this in this particular way, then it is possible to show that finally what happens, my s dot is nothing but minus p by q into k signum x1, and after that I have one more term x2 power P minus Q by Q. Please check it. Now, if you are going to maintain this quantity in finite time, then you have to show that by taking Lyapunov function half s square, v dot equal to ss dot. That should be first condition, is that sufficient condition is that at least for asymptotic stability I have to show that ss dot is less than 0. Further, I have to show that v dot will satisfy the inequality like v dot less than equal to gamma and v power some quantity beta lie between 0 to 1. This kind of things we have to show. So let us try to see that if I do ss dot, then what is the condition. So p and q both are positive, k is positive, and since p by q, you can see that both are odd integer. So if you subtract p minus q, then that is even integer, and it is possible to show that either you can write x2 p by q or mod. So both are exactly the same, and due to that reason I have written like this. And s, if you multiply s, so s into signum s, here this is s, so signum s is mod s, and due to that reason, and this whole quantity is less than 0. So it means that if I somewhere start, at least I try to converge in the vicinity of this sliding surface, and after that I have to show that that convergence is finite. Now, since here one more important thing you try to see that once if x2 equal to 0, because I have problem in that if you see the singular terminal sliding mode control, then I have problem with this axis. So I have to worry, I have to take care about this particular axis. So suppose that if x2 equal to 0, so if x2 equal to 0, then basically I have now here on x1, if x2 equal to 0, then basically this is x1 equal to 0. So I have problem, so that problem is removed. Now I have to see that x1 equal to 0, this x1 that not equal to 0 and x2 equal to 0. So if I am here, then I am not going to stay here, I will again converge to the sliding surface. So this kind of things I have to show, and for that I have to show that x1 not equal to 0 is not attractor. And how to show that? Because if x2 equal to 0, then this term is gone. At that time x2 dot equal to minus k signum s, and k signum s, since s inside x1 is present, so x2 dot always rate of change of x2 dot not equal to 0, and due to that reason it is possible to show that that will not stay here, and if that will not stay here, then finally this, and since this is attractor, we have already seen that xx dot less than 0, due to that reason that is attracted, and if that is attracted, it is possible to show that again I have x2 dot equal to minus k, constant rate, attracted with some kind of constant rate. And once, it means that I have situation like this, x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot equal to minus k, means some kind of constant rate. And once I am moving with constant rate, then somewhere I am going to hit on this sliding surface, and once I will hit, then what happens? Story is over. I have, once I will hit, then I have designed manifold in such a way such that I can move converge to the equilibrium point in finite time. So by this methodology, by proper redesigning the singular sliding surface, that Professor Jing Yu has shown that basically I have finite time convergence, and for finite time convergence I need this kind of further modification. If you see that if I have this structure k as power like this s, and if you define as v equal to half s square, and if I have this kind of structure, then I have finite time convergence. So he has also shown that trajectory is not only coming to the neighborhood of this, but also converge to this infinite time by showing this inequality. One more important point I forget to tell you, that here you try to see that whenever we have defined the singular sliding mode control, here singularity, I have just problem in this phase, but once you are here at that time, you can see that x1 dot, basically I have sliding surface, that is that I have defined x2 plus, after that beta x1 power q by p. So in this part, and this equal to s. So once you are on this particular phase, at that time value of x2 equal to beta x1 power p by q. So if you substitute that value here, x2 equal to minus beta x1 power p, then whatever negative term, that is gone. So somehow, if I will adjust my system, initial condition of the system, such that if I start in the closed vicinity of this sliding manifold, if somewhere this condition is not comes into picture, then this singular terminal sliding mode will also work. Please check it, x2 equal to minus b x1 power p by q, then what happens, q by p, then if you add this, then 2q minus p, and p by q lie between 0 to 1, so this is again a finite number. And due to that reason, if you implement singular sliding mode control to practical system, most of time by changing initial condition, this will also work. And due to that reason, it is possible to show that several Chinese authors has implemented this kind of concept, means terminal singular sliding mode control, terminal non-singular sliding mode control. So this kind of difficulty is just, people are just telling that this is theoretical difficulty, but there is no practical difficulty in this process, because if you are somewhere, if you are in vicinity, if you just avoid this point in singular sliding mode control, still the value of control that remains finite, that never become infinite. So several practical implementation, one can see this. One more thing I am going to highlight here, that now till now what we have seen, that I have to modify linear sliding manifold into nonlinear sliding mode, and if I am able to modify, then I can get finite time stability, and finite time stability I can achieve, and definition remains same like the higher order sliding mode control. So at least two different way I can achieve. So one way I have some difficulty, then further I can redefine the sliding manifold, and I can able to tell that now I can able to achieve the finite time stability. One, if you have one more thing, I hope that suppose that some confusion might arise in this particular modification, that once you define non-singular sliding surface like beta x1 power x2 power p by q, so why again this is finite time stable. So also I will tell you a story about this also. So what we have seen, that in singular sliding mode control I have a structure like beta x1 q by p. Now in non-singular I have just definition like, you can see that plus x2, and here I have p by q. So you can see here that if this equal to 0, then whatever manifold that comes, that is x1 dot equal to minus beta x1 power q by p. Here again you can see that I have beta x1 equal to x2 dot, it means that I have x1 dot power p by q. If I select p by q as a odd integer, it is possible to show that again this dynamics is nothing but I have some quantity, here again I have now q by p, and here I have q by p. So same kind of structure I have, and due to that reason what we are telling, that whatever behavior of non-singular sliding mode or singular sliding mode during the sliding phase, that remains the same. So in this way, by simple construction of the manifold, it is possible to show that I can achieve finite time stability of all states variable. Again, by defining hierarchical sliding mode control, if I have to tackle the I have to tackle the means higher order system. Now at the parallel time or at the same time, actually one more structure that comes into picture, and that become little more famous than terminal sliding mode control. And main beauty is that actually before defining the higher order sliding mode control, Levant retain everything that is mathematically very much concrete. He has defined proper definition of higher order sliding mode control. He has defined the way of existence and uniqueness of solution, that is on flip-off way. Everywhere he maintain or remain consistent with respect to flip-off solution. Actually, if you are talking about the singular sliding mode control, x2 equal to s equal to x2b x1, and for simplicity, in order to understand the idea you try to see here, I have second order system and I have taken mod x and x power half. So if you calculate x dot here, so x2 plus beta by 2 and x1 power minus half, and after that x1 and x1 dot comes into picture. It is possible to show here in this process that at some point flip-off solution is violated. Why flip-off solution is violated? Because in this particular differential equation, somewhere this quantity, because I cannot apply the infinite control, and due to that reason right hand side of this differential inclusion that become infinity. And once right hand side is very large infinity, at that time it is one can see that in this the particular manifold where x2 is not equal to 0 but x1 equal to 0, I cannot define the flip-off solution. Another thing, another modification, he was telling that there is no need to do or calculate the control in this way. What you can do, because we know the simple control theory, that if I have this kind of a structure x2 u plus dt, it is possible to show that if this u is some kind of constant number k, then what happens, that in finite time some kind of evolution of trajectory occur. And suppose I have some kind of manifold in whole dimensional space, so somewhere that will hit, and once that will hit, then just I have to make sure about this. And due to that reason, you can see that inside this structure we have just similar kind of structure like terminal sliding mode control. And modification is just here. I have already told you that either you can write p by q, or write, if you have to write event number in, and whatever event number that should be like between 0 to 1, then at that time is ratio of event number, then at that time what we have to do, you have to put the absolute, means you have to write representation in this particular way. Now here you can see that what is suggestion of the Professor Levant. He was telling that again, if you have to define, then you have to do nesting for higher order. So due to that reason, nesting of manifold using homogeneous weight. And here what kind of idea they have used? They have used the idea of the homogeneity. So what is the idea of homogeneity? You know from here that by defining some kind of minus k signum s is manifold. So if I have this kind of structure, so if sigma dot plus sigma power half, if that is greater than 0, s greater than 0, so somehow I have this kind of structure x1 dot equal to x2 dot equal to minus k plus dt. I will show you here same kind of things. So I have plotted this particular manifold by putting half. So I have again non-linear kind of manifold, and after that you try to see that if trajectory start anywhere, so I have just two choices, either sigma double dot equal to minus k plus dt or sigma double dot k plus dt. So idea again I am going to repeat, you can take fx plus gx into u, and you can take output, that is hx, and you can assume single input single output system, and suppose relative degree of system is 2, and I am going to apply discontinuous control, and inside the discontinuous control I am going to design. Now I am going to put the terminal kind of surface, same kind of surface, terminal kind of surface. Now here extra control part is not required like similar. Why? Because if I have this kind of a structure, it is possible to show that trajectory is evolved and somewhere that will hit on manifold. It might possible they will hit here, somewhere that will hit, and once that will hit, then I have terminal kind of behavior. Due to that reason I can achieve the finite time convergence. So somehow again I have first order kind of sliding mode. Now I am telling that this particular structure is homogeneous. Why this is homogeneous? Now try to check. So sigma, I am assuming sigma equal to x1 and sigma dot equal to x2. Now forget about disturbance for time being. Then x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot equal to, now I have k signum and sigma dot equal to x2 and x1 power half into signum x1. Now you can dilute with weight x1, that is lambda square x1, and x2 dilute lambda by x2. So here if x2 is lambda x2 and x1 power half, so lambda will come out, and here I have lambda power 0, so 1 minus 1 I can write, and x2 is lambda, so I can write lambda 2 minus 1. So you can see that 2 and 1, that is weight, and after that weighted homogeneity of minus 1. So I have weighted homogeneity, so I have negative weight of homogeneity, and I have a stable behavior due to this type of equation. Sigma double dot equal to minus k plus dt. Always if you apply this kind of control action, it is possible to show that trajectory always remains bounded. It means that somewhere they will hit this, and once they will hit here, since this algorithm is homogeneous and also asymptotic stability. How to prove asymptotic stability? You can take this Lyapunov function, and after that it is possible to show that v dot is less than 0. So v dot is less than 0, and another idea is that is negative homogeneity, the order of homogeneity is negative, and due to that reason once you converge here, infinite time you are able to move. So in that way also you can visualize the terminal sliding mode control, and he has given some different name, and that is called nested algorithm. So, and a special scaling property, just I have shown that. And now for other order system, so what we have seen in case of terminal sliding mode, they have specified some kind of nesting. Similar kind of nesting he has also specified, but he has actually used the geometrical way. And you can see that here, if I have third order system, sigma cube u plus dt, at that time I have a structure like sigma, if you assume x1, sigma dot equal to x2 and sigma double dot equal to x3. Then I have a structure like x1 dot equal to x2, x2 dot equal to x3, and x3 dot equal to u plus dt. This kind of a structure I have. So what he has done, first he has considered these two, and based on that he has developed some sliding mode, and in order to maintain the homogeneity, because now if you have third order system, then he has performed this kind of scaling, lambda q x1 x2 equal to lambda square x1 x2 and x3 equal to lambda. So weighted homogeneity Levant has taken like this. Now in order to maintain the homogeneity, since sigma dot is x2, so you can see that a square is here. Due to that reason sigma power 2 by 3, so 2 by 3 3 will cancel out and 2 will come into picture, and after that you can see that here whatever weight he has selected, that is also homogeneous. How that is homogeneous? Because I have to match homogeneity with this, and due to that reason sigma dot is x2 and power 2, so 6 is there, and sigma square, so 3, so 6, so due to that reason 1 by 6. Then finally From here lambda comes into picture, and sigma dot is x3 and x3 is lambda. So lambda, whole lambda will come out, and finally this become lambda 1 minus 1. So weightage is 1. Here lambda, this is 2 minus 1 because I have to maintain x3, that is 1. So lambda 2 minus 1 and lambda 3 minus 1. So you can see that 3, 2, 1 is going to appear here, and after that order of homogeneity is minus 1. So again in this cascading way he has developed algorithm for third order. And again idea is very simple. If you have x1 dot equal to x2 and x2 dot equal to x3 and x3 dot equal to minus k plus minus dt, you can take. And similarly, if this is positive, then if this is minus k, so negative, then plus k. So again some kind of manifold in higher dimension comes into picture, such that first this will hit, and after that in lower level this is going to hit, and I will achieve the finite time convergence. Similar kind of things he has developed for the fourth order. In fourth order you can see that similar, in order to just he has maintained the homogeneity, and in that way he has also give the proof. So full proof is available in paper, but idea is pretty simple. Idea is that if you have some kind of manifold, a stable manifold or finite time convergence manifold, so whatever manifold he has developed, you can see that that is just inside the first order sliding mode control k signum s. And now you can assume this kind of manifold. If x1 and this is fourth dimension, so x4 I am assuming. So I have some kind of manifold. I am not drawn the exact manifold. Some manifold is like that. So if you define like this, and you have to maintain homogeneity. Suppose you have fourth, then lambda power x1 is a scale by lambda power 4 x1, x2 is a scale by lambda power q x1, lambda square x1 for x2, and similar way you can do. And after that just you can scale the numbers here, means you can scale the polynomial and power of polynomial, such that same number will appear and become homogeneous. And he already know that if something is asymptotic stability and negative homogeneous, then that is finite time stable. In this way he has generalized. So I have just retained algorithm up to fourth order because most of system is represented by fourth order. But if you want to learn for higher order, then in paper of Lebam that is available. So please go through that particular paper. Now I am going to tell you some example of mechanical system where you are able to apply higher order sliding mode control or terminal sliding mode control. So this is the mechanical system. All robotic system is defined like this, where Q is the generalized coordinate, MQ is the inertia matrix, CQ is the matrix of Coriolis and centrifugal force, and this is Coulombian force. So if you model any kind of mechanical system, most of time this kind of equation comes into picture. And if you will apply the idea of the linearization or feedback linearization using feedback, it is possible to show that this term represent uncertainty. Again, that is represented by some kind of second order differential equation or chain of second order differential equation. And if you have second order differential equation, then in finite time you are able to maintain x1 and x2 equal to 0. So most robotic system, several classes of robotic system is represented by this, and most of time I have to maintain my coordinate, or I have to achieve, or I have to move coordinate from one point to another point in finite time. At that time you are able to use the terminal sliding mode control. So lot of robotic system, if you see in literature, they have used the idea of terminal sliding mode control or higher order sliding mode control. So I have, after substituting control, I have this kind of structure, and you are able to apply. Similarly for electrical system also you can apply. So I have taken one example from synchronous generator. Obviously in this particular lecture I am not going to talk about mathematical modeling, but there are several papers you can see how to do mathematical model of the synchronous generator connected with infinite bus. Then you will get this kind of mathematical model. So this mathematical model I have collected from Khalil book, where this is the this is the interpretation of delta, EQP, EFD. So I have mathematical equations. So in order to design control, there is no need to too much worry about the each and every physical quantity. Just if you know the mathematical model, even if you do not know the quantity, it is possible to design the control action. Just you have to know that which variable I have to control. It is possible to show that again by doing proper coordinate transformation. Again, this system is represented by third order uncertain chain of integrator. And if you have third order uncertain chain of integrator, then you can either design fast terminal sliding mode, classical terminal sliding mode, or higher order third order sliding mode control. So what is now what is your role? You have to take some mechanical system, you have to take some kind of synchronous generator and try to apply all kind of algorithm, means terminal sliding mode, fast terminal sliding mode, or sliding mode control, what is developed by Levant, that is nested sliding mode control, and then try to see the response of the system. So that is the homework, and you have to simulate it and see the response, that finite time convergence is possible or not in physical system, what is the response. So now I am going to conclude the today's lecture. So in this lecture, I have started with the nonlinear sliding manifold, and based on that manifold, I have defined the terminal sliding mode control. After that, what we found that in terminal sliding mode control, we have finite time convergence during reaching phase as well as sliding phase. So total time of convergence is finite. And after that, using that idea, by just rearranging the parameters, we have defined the nonlinear terminal sliding mode control. And what we found that actually higher order sliding mode control is also fully motivated from the terminal sliding mode control, just in order to give rigorousness of mathematics. What Levant has done, they have removed unwanted term from the singular terminal sliding mode control, and based on Flipoff theory, he has established that if you select some kind of manifold that is basically negative weighted homogeneous, then it is possible to show that in finite time you are able to converge to that manifold, and after that you are going to maintain along that manifold. So with this remark, I am going to close the today's lecture. So thank you very much.